Her speeches are so short, though. They don't last long. You know, they're like 10 minutes, let's get out of here. Go back home and go to sleep. 3 days later, she gets up and she does another one and goes back home and goes to sleep.
Please let that man be president.
Oh, boy, is ISIS hoping for her. Is China hoping? Can you imagine China? They come in. You ever negotiate with the Chinese? They're tough. They're tough. You got to hit them back with a lot of energy.
That was a month ago. That was in the middle of August. We're now 21 days into September. The big debate's coming up next Monday. And he sent out a bunch of tweets yesterday saying, where is she? She's canceled these events. Now she won't be seen until the debate next Monday. And when they have her disappear for 3-4 days, she's able to come out, do a 15, 20-minute speech, start coughing as soon as she walks off the stage and stumble. And then when she's on her airplane doing individual press interviews, they're very short, they're very quick, she looks bombed out of her brain on suppressants, which is what you take when you have a brain tumor or epileptic episodes. Brain tumor causing epileptic episodes. And the word we've got is brain tumor. And then it's spread to her lungs as well. And I have that from super high-level sources whose voices shake when they tell me it. Because it's not good to be one of those whistleblowers. I am a madman, as everyone knows. That's why you get the information here. And by the way, I don't want to be the guy that gives you the information. Other people won't do it, I'll do it. Same thing Trump's doing. Other people won't step up at the plate and take on the globalist and take their neck off our throat. Trump's doing it. By the way, he's not perfect. You know, he says Snowden's a traitor, execute him and stuff, because he's this old school deal where, hey, you give up our secrets, we're going to kill you. That's why he's going up against the globalists and Hillary's selling us out. It pisses him off if you sell us out to foreign powers. Trump is not very tech savvy. He's got advisors, and they're not saying kill Snowden. But he doesn't use the internet, folks, other than Twitter. That's known. So none of us are perfect. That's like when he said, we got to bring the refugees in. Their Christians are being murdered. They went, sir, it's 0.4%. They're not letting the Christians out. They're bringing in unvetted Wahhabis. He said, shut them all down. They're not vetting them? People go, oh, he flip-flopped. No, as he gets better info, he moves to it and says, I got better info. He's called a leader. And quite frankly, next time I talk to him, either on air or off, I'll just say, you know, Snowden really is a hero, sir. And I think that's one area I disagree with you on. But you're talking to Donald Trump on the phone. You just have a tendency not to disagree with him, which is a problem. You know, I did challenge him the one time he came on. And by the way, we can get Donald Trump back on. I've left it alone because the thoughts are, is it good to come on or is it bad? And I can't say for 100% sure that they couldn't twist it to hurt Trump. And I don't want to be the guy who people point out and say, you know, you had him on and they tied him to this and that. And, you know, now Trump's lost. So I'm kind of like, maybe you shouldn't come on right now. Because it isn't that big a deal to get Trump on the air. That doesn't even really boost our ratings much. What does is breaking news, breaking major analysis, having, you know, a huge effect in the world, being able to, you know, to talk to Trump and bounce ideas around and see him understand it and actually, you know, research it and then do something about it. That's what's exciting. In fact, I would much rather have a 20-minute phone conversation with Donald Trump than even have him on air, because it's that private type of conversation. I missed a phone call from him just a few weeks ago, and I get so upset when I do, and it's just like, because, I mean, I'm going to have a real talk with Donald Trump. That's what's important, because he's real, folks. And it's just an amazing time to be alive, because I don't care about Hollywood stars. I mean, I used to not care much. I mean, I don't care at all. I was at Hollywood parties 10 years ago. There'd be like 20 people there, and Brad Pitt would be there, and I was just boring talking to Brad Pitt. Boring. I was like, let's get out of here and go, you know, to a national park and hike or something. That'd be fun, right? Or let's try to go surfing. I heard I could take surf lessons around here. And I'll just leave and go surfing. I mean, but people have never been there. They don't know how empty it is, so they think it's magic, it's powerful, it's incredible. You know how boring it is to be an actor? It's a joke. It's all a joke. I piss on Hollywood. And I don't say that from some power trip perspective. What I do love, though, is learning that every actor I had a weird connection to and really liked, and there was something about them that I just felt like they were family. And then you find out they're a patriot, and you find out they're into what you do, and they're daily listeners. Then there's a kinship, and that's exciting. That's exciting. But not because they're Hollywood stars, but because A Kurt Russell is so cool. A Jeff Bridges is so cool. That's what's cool about that, is that you always knew there was something about them, there was something real about them, and it's because they're patriots. So when I talk about Donald Trump and admiring him, it's not because he's famous. In fact, when I saw him as a TV host and a hotel owner and a golf course owner, I was kind of like, yeah, you know, cheesy. Okay, he's got a hot wife. Boring. Pop media, don't want to know about Trump. So I started putting two and two together. I'm going to your calls about 3 years ago. I'm like, why is this famous person I'm having dinner with bringing up Donald Trump? Like, oh, here, like another glass of wine. What do you think about Donald Trump? And you're sitting there going, the casino owner? I don't know. Guy with orange hair? I don't know anything about it. And you're fired. Because, you know, I know about politics and stuff. I'm kind of blind to a lot of pop stuff. I'm like, well, Donald Trump's a patriot, and he's going to be, you know, trying to take America back and stuff, and, you know, kind of likes what you're doing. And you're like going, huh? Can we move on to the discussion? But the third or fourth time that happened, I'm like, what's going on here? And then it all started to click. Trump the whole time. Now I've confirmed this, has known what's going on. Before I was born, he knew. His dad knew. They've been anti-New World Order like John Birch people for 50-something years. I don't mean like in the John Birch Society, but basically that informed. And that's why the globalists have dossiers on the Trumps. They are in terrified fits. And the emails from the State Department, the White House, Bohemian Grove, Bilderberg, all of it, they are in a panic. Because Donald Trump knows he can't lose. Donald Trump is ready for them to gun him down. When he gets out right in front of people in California, they block the road, just walks right in front of them. When he just stands there grandstanding. When somebody rushes the stage, he goes to knock them out. He knows he can't lose. He gets in as the president, he's going to fight for this country. And he knows as long as he fights for it and does his best job, you're going to support him, he wins. They blow him away, he becomes a huge martyr for liberty, he wins. He stepped into destiny. And not many men I know out there understand that being a man means stepping into destiny. You're watching history and destiny unfold right now. And like a race car, I apologize. A lot of days I come in here and I'm scatterbrained and I'm angry and I'm upset because there's just thousands of things I want to say and so many angles I want to cover and so many important things, and there's no way to get to it all. But I'm just here to tell you, I love the viewers and the listeners. I thank you. I'm humbled by your support. I know I'm a train wreck half the time, but our spirits are the same. God bless you, and I thank you for all you do. I'm going to go to your phone calls now. You've been holding long enough. We have Watson joining us with a huge bombshell news coming up, a special report. We've got so much to get to, but let me just say this briefly. Buckley ran in during the last break. I think they have a screenshot of it ready. We're number 30-something. We'll have to put it on screen so I can give you the actual number. In just 2 days of the new InfoWars app. So we are number 30. I didn't remember exactly which 30. We are number 30 on the free apps on Apple of hundreds of thousands of apps in 2 days. 2 days, we are number 30. I mean, Xbox, the free app with hundreds of free games, you name it, is 27. Hundreds of billions of dollars pumped into Xbox. Hundreds of millions, no doubt, into their apps. And we are already in 48 hours on their tail. What do you think of that? Google Play Movies and TV is 31. InfoWars Live. Just to give you a little snapshot of who you are. We are the future. We are the majority. When I tell you we have 30 million listeners a week, folks, that's what we can aggregate with our sensors. Experts believe that YouTube's vice president told me 2 years ago, we can track 5 billion views of your videos that have your name in it. You are the biggest thing on YouTube. Not political. The biggest thing. Let us kick everyone off that has your content and monetize it. And you could be getting $1 million a month instead of 30, 40,000. And I said, I'm not doing that. I want the information to get out. Maybe I should monetize, and then I could fund everything. But see, the problem is, I'd rather have, and that was 2 years ago. Lord knows what it is now. They can see that. I can't. Lord knows what that is now, because everybody's allowed to run our stuff and put ads on it. Because I don't care about the money. I care about the views. I care about changing people's minds. 5 billion views on other people's channels 2 years ago. Close to 1.5 billion conservatively on our own channels, right at 1 billion now on the Alex Jones channel. So when I say 5 billion views, that's 2 years old, folks. I don't know what it is now. Because when I didn't play ball, Google stopped talking to me. They were like, fly out to San Francisco. We'll fly out. Let's just get it on right now. Google's ready. Let's do it. And I said, well, I don't want to kick all these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of videos off. I don't want to have that content lost. Yeah, but you understand, they're monetizing your content. And so a lot of them are, we want to make a special partnership with you where and we're going to promote you, blah, blah, blah. But it was just like Facebook, too. Like, Facebook would like you to fly to New York and like to meet with you, but can you kind of knock it off a little bit? We can really help you. You won't just have a couple million people on Facebook. How about 100 million, Alex? And I'm like, I've heard this before. No, how about no? How about never? Okay, I'm not. Why would I sell out to the New World Order? I mean, I'm not signing on to your spirit. You understand? I cannot get in bed with you because you're really disgusting to me, okay? I'd rather die than get in bed with you. Do you understand? I can't get excited around you. I mean, if you want to use that metaphysical example, if your kids are listening, tell them to turn away right now. I can't get it up for the New World Order. You understand that? See, I'm not with you. I'll never be with you. And I'm just an average person. I'm a nobody. Look at how one guy from Texas is like tearing the living hell out of you. Look at Donald Trump tearing you up. That's just people that are willing to stand up to you and don't care if you kill us. What are you going to do when more people stand up? Don't you get we're only the prototype? We're only the early version? It gets worse from here on out as the machines take on humanity, as you try to dehumanize us, as you shut us down. It gets worse for you. You're on the losing side. You're like a training droid for us. That's all you are in God's plan. But you are so delusional because your little God has given you power that you think we're going to fail. 48 hours, and we are defeating Google's free video app. We are 2 spaces behind Xbox with their app out for years. What does that tell you? It tells you massive numbers. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, have already downloaded the free app. Just an example of you. You have the power. You're the majority. And they do everything they can that you never figure that out. Where do you get the app? Infowars.com/app. Infowars.com/show has a link. Or go to the Droid or Apple stores. It's free. Go to the free section and type in Infowars Live. Free video feeds, audio feeds. We're about to add alerts, live events. I'm going to do special every day separately. I'm going to do whole shows every day, quite frankly. I'm going to start waking up at 3 a.m. and doing shows. Instead of walking around my house in the middle of the night, worried about stuff, I'm just going to literally turn it on in front of the couch by myself. We're going in, through, and beyond. All right, let's go to your calls. I've done okay. I've taken 7 or 8 calls. I won't take more now. Let's go to Clifford in Delaware. Clifford, you're on the air. Go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Alex, you can toot your own horn anytime, brother. You're doing a wonderful
it's
job.
our horn, brother. The Liberty Movement's big and popular and sexy.
And I'm proud of you on the winning team. So I wanted to tell you, boss, that I believe that Hillary Clinton will make the debate. It's not going to be the whole debate. She'll probably make it about 45 minutes, and then our government will have already a crisis already on standby. It'll break loose, and then that'll be the end of the debate because they'll have to go to an emergency broadcast, and there will be no more debate for that evening. And that way it saves Hillary a fallout. And
well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, because they control ISIS. Hillary literally founded it. They could have an ISIS attack right before to try to cancel it. I mean, they could do anything. I agree with you. What else do you think?
What else I think is I wanted to ask you that you know how the economy's propped up right now by the government. Everything's propped up, just waiting for the for the right cue to go off. But my question is, how can we continue to allow migrants to come into the country if we wind up collapsing as a nation, like the economy collapses and then they issue martial law? They're going to be so tied up with getting us all rounded up and under control that how are they going to be able to control the migrants coming across the border, giving them the bus?
Well, that's all part of the hysteria, and the migrants already come from a collapsed economy, so they'll just kind of hang out, in migrant camps and in poor things and be used as a permanent underclass to drive down wages, but. Look, the globalists don't care. Soros will just manage whatever crisis happens, have his companies be appointed by the government as the managers, and then launder his own money back through his own organizations, exacerbating the crisis. That's what he does.
That's what you should do, Alex. Have a reward. Have people start donating to InfoWars for a reward to get, for the apprehension, of George Soros.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. The problem is he is wanted in some countries. That gets into bounty hunting, very serious laws. If you don't do that right, it's a felony. So that's the only reason we can't do that. Soros is mainly like a rotting figurehead of a larger evil iceberg under the water. But what we do need is people to support us. God bless you. I appreciate your call, Clifford. We're going to go to break and come right back with Scott, then Carl, then Anthony, Shane, and others. Now, speaking of money, we don't make money spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a really cutting-edge app and then giving it out for free. But we do selling Super Male Vitality in X2. I'm just extending it because people really asked us to extend it until they got their paychecks. We have literally, Buckley was showing me hundreds of emails came in saying, I'm getting paid Thursday or Friday. Please wait. I want 20% off on Super Male Vitality. So you got it. I'm going to extend it right through to next week. And we've got the methylcobalamin, vitamin B12. It's 80% methylcobalamin, 20% eosinophil. I forget how you pronounce it. Point is that activates the other 80%. It's the best formula out there from the researchers. You take it under your tongue. It works amazingly. InfoWarsLife.com. That's 20% off as well. Whether it's water filtration, books, videos, Hillary for Prison shirts, that's how we move this war machine forward against the globalists. Our weapon is truth. So thanks for the support. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. Look, one reason I don't like callers calling and telling me how great I am is that it's the fact that there's patriots all over this country and world that are awake is how we're even able to have a show like this. There's a market for the truth. And that builds economies of truth and builds systems based on truth. And that competes with a New World Order monopoly system that's going to replace humans in their own admission. And so don't thank me. I want to thank you. We're all in this symbiotically together. I mean, look at this. Microsoft will solve cancer within 10 years by reprogramming diseased cells. Do you really believe that the eugenicist that wants to reduce world population and says we should, not take care of old people really wants to do that? I mean, he's a horrible person. But that is a question. Will the desires and dreams of good humans be able to defeat the desires of the evil folks that are in control? Exclusive. Doctor planning world's first head transplant say he is prepared for his Frankenstein surgery by reanimating human corpses. That's the type of stuff that's going on. High-fat cheese, the secret to healthy life. All these studies, it turns out, they knew for 50 years that natural high fats are essential to be healthy, live longer, and to make up your brain and tissues. They told you, though, don't have them and just have a bunch of sugar. What you don't want is trans fats. That's always been known. But see, a lot of complex, high-quality fat makes your brain work really well, and they don't want you there. They want you in a brain fog. I mean, look, if I need energy, that cheese looks delicious. What's the name of that yellow one there in the middle? That is a really tasty one. A little Swiss cheese, whatever that is. Oh, my gosh. Talk about brain food. I mean, I get higher than a kite off a big old piece of cheese. Because that's what it is. Food is our energy. It's what we're meant to operate off of. Okay, I know I'm saying a lot of stuff that's common sense out there, but remember, the general public doesn't know that. That's why we're here to restore common sense. Like, hey, did you know the Trumps are out hunting triceratops? That's terrible. I want them to be arrested. Hey, lady, triceratops haven't lived in 20-something million years. That shows how dumbed down these people are. We're here not grandstanding that we're smarter than them or informed. We're the folks that somehow got through the net and were able to be informed, had parents that cared about us, or whatever the case was. We've got to reach out to these victims and say, listen, you're not an intellectual liberal. You're a drooling moron. The next hour is going to be totally jam-packed, and I'm not just saying that. I had like 2 hours of stuff I haven't gotten to yet. Get ready. But right now, let's continue with your calls. Scott in Pennsylvania, you're on the air. The debates. Will Hillary show up? How can she?
Hey, Alex.
Hi.
12-year listener, first-time caller.
Thank you, sir.
Two quick things, Alex. First of all, I've listened to you over the years, and I've never felt the way I've been feeling the last few weeks. Nightmares, anxieties, my gut churning. I truly believe in my heart of hearts we're not going to get to the debate, Alex. I think something's going to happen in the next 5 to 6 days that's going to cancel the debate. Just my feeling in my gut.
I mean, I agree with you that I've never had trouble sleeping. I don't even call it nightmares. I just have the wildest, craziest political dreams every night. And I'm just like constantly waking up. I'm going to bed at like 9 at night now because I wake up so much. And then I get up earlier and earlier. I used to go to bed at like midnight.
And the second thing, Alex, I have a family friend who works for Homeland Security. He's being sequestered from October 1st till the end of the year in a undisclosed location. He's not allowed to come home for the holidays, not allowed to contact his wife or family. I think something really major is coming down.
Has he ever done something like this before?
No, he has not. No, he's never been.
Well, I mean, we know they have the UN and EU overseeing our election this year.
Yeah, it's just really, really scary, Alex, and the area I live in here in Pennsylvania has always been blue. I live near Allentown, Bethlehem area, and I do a lot of driving around for my job, and I have not seen, no lie, I have not seen one Hillary sign except for a couple of Hillary for prison signs.
Same here. I see hardly any of them in a Democrat city like Austin. That's what I mean. She has no crowds. It's all a hoax. It's all a giant hoax, and they're crazy enough to sell this hoax. And we've got 47 days out from the election. This is the most incredible time to ever be alive, folks, and you're living it. You're living it. We'll be back with the third and fourth hour. Thank you, Scott. Amazing caller. Great points. Carl, you're up next. Get ready. Well, Obama came out yesterday to the UN and said we should give up our sovereignty to the UN. They actually said that. That's their problem. When they actually try to establish world government, they can't deny it exists anymore. They can't deny it's unelected. So now they're calling it the liberal world order to fight racism. That means use the third world as a weapon to bring down what's left of Western countries or wealthy countries to make everybody poor, and then the globalists have finished their takeover. while they race to replace us with robots. That's all being announced. So it's quite a pickle we're in, but we still see a lot of opportunities to turn this around. Will Hillary make the debate next Monday? It's set to have more viewers than the Super Bowl. They're talking about 100 million in the Hill newspaper, talking to insiders and experts that are already gauging interest. I agree with that. I said bigger than the Super Bowl or as big 2 weeks ago. Or will they stage something to get her out of it? Or will she collapse during it? Let's talk to Carl in Florida. What do you think, Carl?
Hello, Mr. Jones.
Hey, brother, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, what I'm thinking is they know how high the stakes are. I'm fairly certain that they're going to wedge her by just past this, this whole debate business. I expect her to show up with her, anti-seizure contact lenses on, completely, she's going to probably be pumped up with some sort of slow-acting epinephrine. And they would if the stakes weren't too high, at least in terms of ratings, I would have expected her to probably be down the immediate days afterwards. But they're going to probably throw her out, and she'll be on the TV for maybe a day or so afterwards, and then the next 3 days she'll probably disappear off the face of the earth like she usually does.
Sure. I mean, that's why they have had to cancel her events, is to get her all drugged up, ready, resting, and then try to get her back up and hope she doesn't fall apart. But then she's not preparing. Then she's not getting ready. Then she's nervous about what if the seizures come back, and then that's going to make her basically choke up on screen. I think there's a good chance she's going to basically have to pull out of the debate or basically start stumbling around during it. I mean, here's a question. What happens if she has a convulsion during the debate?
Well, I think that they're gonna pull their little smoke and mirrors tricks again and try to downplay it and say, oh, you know what, she was just she tripped over a shoe, or it's common to get nervous during these debates, or some sort of stupid narrative like that. And everybody at this point, everybody that's paying attention is finally wise enough to kind of see through it. So I'm thankful to see a lot of progress.
Sure. Let me ask you this: we're going to come back and play the short report, then go right back to Anthony and others that are patiently holding, like Shane and John and Rick. Toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231 on this subject, but now the phones are open on any other subjects as well. What about a false flag? What type of October surprise do you think Obama and Hillary and George Soros might pull?
Well, you have these New York things. You got this Charlotte thing that's going on today. I think that they're going to, there's probably going to be another 2 or 3 stories about all kinds of unrest and in the president.
Oh, yeah, we've always said that have a big race riot right before the election was one of the main things they could do, and it's pretty much starting up right now with the media hyping all these unfortunate events up.
My gut tells me that's probably the most likely scenario if they're going to try to weasel their way out of this debate.
Well, they could also have a terror attack. It's in New York. They brought the sleeper cells in. That could try to do it. Who knows, Carl? Hey, here's one thing. We're going to find out.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about folks that say, in the headlines, Westerners are the most bored they've ever been? How could you be bored right now? This is an incredible time.
Oh, my goodness. It's just people, like I said, the sports aren't doing it. The dead culture is not doing it. People are finally starting to come around and pay attention to things that are impacting their lives.
I agree. There's a huge awakening taking place, and InfoWars and Trump and everything is just a manifestation of that. Thank you, Carl. Stay with us. In the last 20 years, InfoWars has paid its dues. We have proven that we are a cutting-edge news and information source. And when it comes to funding our operations, we take cutting edge to the next level with the highest quality supplements and nutraceuticals available. We have now more than 25 different amazing formulas available at InfoWarsStore.com. And the flagship is Super Male and Super Female Vitality, where we take thousands of years of the ancient knowledge and use high-tech modern technology to cold press these organic herbs to give you compounds that are meant to accentuate the body's normal function. This is essential because the globalists are on record targeting our endocrine system, targeting our hormones to suppress us. But Mother Nature is there to counter this onslaught. Everyone out there watching and listening to me owes it to themselves to give Mother Nature a try and to try Super Male or Super Female Vitality. We're making it easier than ever today with a special we're running for 2 weeks only. 20% off on these formulas at InfoWarsLife.com. Or simply call toll-free. We can answer all your questions, 888-253-3139. Major third-party sites give these formulas the highest rating in their class because we've done the research and we haven't cut corners. 20% off these formulas right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. You have nothing to lose. I know these formulas work. They've worked for me. But regardless, you're supporting the InfoWar in a historic, critical time. I also want to take some time out to thank all of you that have supported InfoWarsStore.com and who have gotten these products. So for myself and the rest of the InfoWars crew, I salute you for being on the side of life in the fight against the globalists.
The speeches are so short, though. They don't last long. You know, they're like 10 minutes, let's get out of here. Go back home and go to sleep. 3 days later, she gets up and she does another one and goes back home and goes to sleep.
Please let that man be president.
Oh, boy, is ISIS hoping for her. Is China hoping? Can you imagine China? They come in. You ever negotiate with the Chinese? They're tough. They're tough. You got to hit them back with a lot of energy.
That was a month ago. That was in the middle of August. We're now 21 days into September. The big debate's coming up next Monday. And he sent out a bunch of tweets yesterday saying, where is she? She's canceled these events. Now she won't be seen until the debate next Monday. And when they have her disappear for 3-4 days, she's able to come out, do a 15-20-minute speech, start coughing as soon as she walks off the stage and stumble. And then when she's on her airplane doing individual press interviews, they're very short, they're very quick. She looks bombed out of her brain on suppressants, which is what you take when you have a brain tumor or epileptic episodes. Brain tumor causing epileptic episodes. And then the word we've got is brain tumor. And then it's spread to her lungs as well. And I have that from super high-level sources whose voices shake when they tell me it. Because it's not good to be one of those whistleblowers. I am a madman, as everyone knows. That's why you get the information here. And by the way, I don't want to be the guy that gives you the information. Other people won't do it, I'll do it. Same thing Trump's doing. Other people won't step up at the plate and take on the globalist and take their neck off our throat. Trump's doing it. By the way, he's not perfect. You know, he says Snowden's a traitor, execute him and stuff, because he's this old school deal where, hey, you give up our secrets, we're going to kill you. That's why he's going up against the globalists and Hillary's selling us out. It pisses him off if you sell us out to foreign powers. Trump is not very tech savvy. He's got advisors, and they're not saying kill Snowden. But he doesn't use the internet, folks, other than Twitter. That's known. So none of us are perfect. That's like when he said, we got to bring the refugees in. Their Christians are being murdered. They went, sir, it's 0.4%. They're not letting the Christians out. They're bringing in unvetted Wahhabis. He said, shut them all down. They're not vetting them? People go, oh, he flip-flopped. No, as he gets better info, he moves to it and says, I got better info. He's called a leader. And quite frankly, next time I talk to him, either on air or off, I'll just say, you know, Snowden really is a hero, sir. And I think that's one area I disagree with you on. But you're talking to Donald Trump on the phone. You just have a tendency not to disagree with him, which is a problem. You know, I did challenge him the one time he came on. And by the way, we can get Donald Trump back on. I've left it alone because the thoughts are, is it good to come on or is it bad? And I can't say for 100% sure that they couldn't twist it to hurt Trump. And I don't want to be the guy who people point out and say, you know, you had him on and they tied him to this and that. And, you know, now Trump's lost. So I'm kind of like, maybe you shouldn't come on right now. Because it isn't that big a deal to get Trump on the air. That doesn't even really boost our ratings much. What does is breaking news, breaking major analysis, having, you know, a huge effect in the world, being able to, you know, to talk to Trump and bounce ideas around and see him understand it and actually, you know, research it and then do something about it. That's what's exciting. In fact, I would much rather have a 20-minute phone conversation with Donald Trump than even have him on air, because it's that private type of conversation. I missed a phone call from him